Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm finally going to start the graph theory series, and this is not going to be another tutorial series because there are tons of them. I'll link some of my favorites in the description below, which will really help you in learning graph. And this is going to be question series. We'll be doing questions on important concepts of graph, and this will help you in interviews as well as in competitive coding. So let's move on. This is the flow of the video. We'll see the graph representation methods, and then we'll see some examples, small examples, and then we'll see the code. So let's see the basic definition of graph. So graph is a non-linear data structure which is it has like nodes and edges, and it's a real life problem solver. Like we use it in real life in the social networking sites and all that. So, and also it's very amazing. Anyways, so we have like nodes, and they are connected to each other. They might not be connected to each other. Sometimes they're directed, sometimes they're undirected. So in conclusion, I can say that a graph is a data structure consisting of nodes and edges. So anyways, moving on. These are the most common methods of representing graph: edges list, adjacency matrix, and adjacency list. So the edges list method is nothing but we just store the edges as pairs. Okay, let's see with an example. We have a graph 1 2 5 3 4. This is a connected undirected graph. Okay, cool. So we see that 1 and 4 are connected and 1 and 2 are connected, so we write those in graph like 1 and 4 and 2 and 1. So here 1 and 4 means that 1 is connected to 4 and 4 is connected to 1 as well, since it is an undirected graph. So that's it. Moving on to the next method. So this is adjacency matrix. It is the easiest method of graph representation. Like, it's super easy, but it has a drawback. So let's see. So we take the same graph as an example, and in this method what we do is that we take a matrix of n cross n. Here n is 5, so we take a matrix of 5 cross 5, and the nodes which are like connected, we write 1 in place of them. Like 1 and 4 are connected to, so in the first row fourth column we wrote 1, and 1 and 2 are connected, so first row second column we wrote 1. So 2 and 5 are connected, so where will we write, what will we write at the second row fifth column? We'll write 1. Alright, I hope you got the basic idea. So anyways, now so that's it. And whenever like there's a connection, we write 1. And in the case of weighted graph, we will actually write the weights. Like, by weighted graph I mean, like, see, if 1 and 4 are connected, the edges will have some weights. It will be mentioned in the question, so in place of 1 we'll write the weight. So but the drawback is that this method like requires O(n) square space, and second thing is that for traversal like BFS TFS, the time complexity will be O(n) square, which is not good. So let's move on to the next. The adjacency list method. This is the method that I'll be using in my videos, and I really prefer this one. I think most of the people do, because it's like pretty simple. So now let's see. So in this method, each vertex will have a list of connected vertices. Suppose we have like five vertices. Think of the previous example. So like first vertex, like each vertex will have a list of vertices to which it is connected. Everyone will maintain their own list. Let's see with the same example. Yes. Okay, so we're taking the same graph like 1 2 5 3 4. So 1 has 2 and 4 as a connection, so we'll write 2 and 4 in the list of 1. Similarly, 2 has 1 and 5, so 2 has 1 and 5. So that's it. We'll write similarly, we'll make a list. And in the questions, like in the competitive coding questions, in the form of input we'll get like the pairs, like the edges, like 1 and 4, 4 and 3. This is the type of input we'll get in the question, and then we'll have to store it. So I'll be using this way of implementing storing. So okay, um, I'll be using vectors, and people use map too, but it's up to you what kind of data structure you use. I prefer vectors because it's so simple and I like vectors. Okay, now let's actually write the code for it. Make a new file. Now let us open Sublime. Okay, now let us open the folder. I should have done this before the video. I'll edit this anyways. Cool. So this is the okay, no, this is what did I do? Yep, yeah, this is the file that I made just now. So okay, cool. Now this is my template. So let's not focus on the template much, let's see the program. So first let me write the function for representing the graph with an adjacency list. Okay, first of all I'll use a like array of vectors. So like see each in each element in the array will be consisting of their own list. Like each node will be an element of an array. You'll see when I write. So wait, I'll just write in a few seconds and then I'll tell you. So for safe side I'm taking the size 100, but you take the size according to the question. And it's not mandatory to declare this vector globally. It's just my choice because passing it from function to function is just a hassle for me. It's too much work, so I don't do that. But anyways, okay, cool. Okay, I already did that. So for the input we'll get the number of vertices and the number of edges. Okay, and okay, cool. And we just have to simply also I told you all like number of edges. This loop will run until the number of edges. So in the question we'll be given the pair of edges. So suppose A and B is one pair. I'll take the input at each time and just keep on inserting, and we're supposing like this is an undirected graph. Okay, so in the list of A I'll push B, and in the list of B I'll push A. I hope you're getting the idea because this is an undirected graph. So if A is connected to B, then B is also connected to A. If you're not getting the idea, rewatch the example. I told you there. Okay, it's like very simple. Okay, it's done. So this is it. That's the code basically. It's done. I've inserted the like edges, but okay, we need to see this list. So I'll make a print function in a few seconds. Here V is the number of vertices. And also we are supposing that the the nodes will start from 1. In some questions the nodes will start from 0. So you have to take care of that. I'm actually hoping like we are supposing that the vertices will be from 1 to V. So this code will work for that, hopefully. Okay, I did a mistake. So just I'm hoping this will work. Okay, also first of all we need to take the vertices and edges as an input from the user. Then we'll just call the function which is EasyList and just store those values. So took the input and then we'll just print the graph passing the number of vertices. I think that's enough. Let's run the code and see. I hope that okay, there are a lot of errors. Pi pointed to a function. This is less than what's my mistake? Yeah, I got my mistake. It was like really stupid. I had misspelled the array. My array name was AR. Anyways, so that happened. So yeah, it's done. So suppose we have like 4 vertices and 3 edges. Okay, and the first graph will have 1 and 2 are connected, 1 and 3 are connected, and then 2 and 4 are connected. So these are the 3 edges. So let us see our list. So 1 has 2 and 3, so 1 is connected to 2, 1 is to 3, right? 2 to 4 and 2 to 1, right? 3 to 1, right? And 4 to 2. So that's correct. So our code is working. I've linked this code in the description so for you, so you can check that out. And also I guess that's it for the video. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and comments, then do comment down below. Have a great day. Bye bye.